What's your first reaction, though, to the legacy of the man that really stood for American exceptionalism?
Well, he has an incredible legacy. He's had an amazing career. I'd say he's right up there with some of the greatest innovators in American industry. With Edison and with Ford. He completely set the agenda for the tech industry for 30 years. From the first PCs for regular consumers to the Mac, which set the agenda for the desktop era, and then he tore it all down with the iPhone and the iPad.
Leander, what about some of the challenges that he went through? Because there were times when the Mac was cool, but then all of a sudden, obviously, Apple went through a period where the company struggled, and then all of a sudden he came back and made it into the defining company that it is right now.
Yeah, what's strange about his career is that he was sort of dismissed as a failure for most of it.
Yeah.
It was only in the last few years that he really kind of got credit for, for his successes. For most of his career, he was, especially while he was away from Apple, it was for the first time the next years, people said he was a slick marketer and he was just a salesman and he was a fast talker, but he didn't have any technology chops. And of course, during that time, he was sort of laying the foundation for his later success. And people really didn't give him the credit for co-founding Apple. Wozniak got most of the credit for being the hardware genius. But looking back on it, hindsight is always 20/20. But he's had an incredible career and an incredible vision. Which goes right back to the very beginning when he was a 19-year-old in the garage in Apple. I mean, he wanted to make easy-to-use technology for consumers, and he's been doing that for the last 30 years.
And Leander, I just want to let everyone know what you're looking at is actually the last video that we have of Steve Jobs when he was presenting the latest iPhone. There you have that video. Obviously, he was very ill. But Leander, you mentioned something that it seems worth bringing out more, which is that he did things his way. He was unafraid of people saying that he was a jerk, or unafraid of saying, "I'm going to design my software this way. It's not going to work with other software," and he ended up being right.
This is exactly what the big hallmark of his career was, that he had that great instinct, and he didn't listen to critics, and especially in the tech industry, which is full of engineers who think that what they have to do is load on more features. But for him, a great product was one that really cut back on features, that was very, very simple and easy to use.